big question, and one big example. The textbook has it split up into multiple examples, but I'll show you how to do it all together from start to finish. So the need to know section, this is on page 341 in your textbook. These are the steps you should follow to do an optimization problem. So step 1, you're going to create an algebraic model that includes a defining statement, restrictions, systems of linear inequalities, and an objective function. So basically what you're doing is reading a word problem, specifying what your variables are. So maybe your x is watermelons and y is oranges. That is defining the statement. Finding the restrictions would be creating equations from the word problem, and then we will make an objective function that relates to the quantity to be optimized. So it would include your watermelons and your oranges, if that's what you were talking about. Step 2, you're going to graph the inequalities like I've showed you in section 6.1 and 6.3. And you're going to find the shaded region. Step 3, you're going to evaluate the objective function by finding the points that outline the region and putting them into the equation. Okay, and then you'll figure out if you wanted to maximize, you choose the largest answer. If you wanted to minimize, you choose the smallest. And step 5 says verify, so check your restraints, make sure they work out. Okay, we're going to look at this first example on page 336. And it is about a toy company who's manufacturing 2 types of toy vehicles, racing cars, sport utilities. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to let R equals race cars. And we'll say S is equal to sport utilities. Okay, so that is our step number 1. We've outlined what we're talking about. Okay, it says, because of the supply of materials is limited, no more than 40 racing cars and 60 sport utility vehicles can be made each day. Okay, so we need to assume you have to make something in the day, so you can't make less than 0 race cars. Okay, so you can make 0 or more race cars, same with sport utilities. But this also says that you can make no more than 40 race cars. So that means the race cars have to be less than or equal to 40. And no more than 60 sport utilities. So the sport utilities have to be less than or equal to 60. It says, however, the company can make 70 or more vehicles in total each day. So 70 or more. So that would be out of the SUVs and the race cars, you could make greater than or equal to 70, because it's 70 or more. These would be our inequalities for the statement. And I know we still have one line here that we haven't talked about, but this line is talking about quantity of race cars and sport utility vehicles. And what it's saying is, in the end, we want to know the minimum and maximum production costs. So we're going to use the cost, $8 and $12, in our objective function. Okay, this will be our statement that we use to solve our question in the end. So our objective function is going to be $8. So the cost is $8 to make a race car, and so adding $12 to make a sport utility vehicle. So that is our objective function for this problem. So this wraps up step 1, because we have defined the statement. So we talked about the S is sport utilities, R was race cars. We've created inequalities and we found an objective function. That's all the things you need to do in step 1. So step 2 means we need to graph these equations. So on this page I have the graphs already here, but I'll just outline what has been done. So we don't have any negatives in here because we said you have to make 0 or more race cars and 0 or more sport utilities. So we don't need to include zeros on this or negatives on this graph. The next line that we had was we said the race cars have to be less than or equal to 40. So the race cars have to be less than or equal to 40. I'm just going to use a solid line. They're using dots because we're talking about whole values. You can't have fractions of cars, so somebody's not going to buy half of a car. So they're using dots to represent the whole values. But I'm just going to draw the straight line, a solid line, because it's less than or equal to 40. So if this is our line for 40 for race cars, I'm going to put arrows this way because we're only going to include stuff that is less than 40. Okay, so I'm not going to shade right now, but I'm putting arrows so that I know which way I would be shading. So we also need to include that we want 60 or less sport utilities. So this was the line that went with the 60 or less sport utilities. And again, I'm just putting a solid line. They have dots because they're talking whole numbers, but I find that lines are easier to follow. So I'm drawing a straight, solid line. And remember, we want things less than 60. So this would be the way we're shading. And since we have to be less than 40 here, but less than 60 here, we're not going to be including this area here or this area here. Okay, so you can see our shape starting to form. And then our last equation was that the race cars and the sport utilities had to be greater than or equal to 70. Okay, so we need to create a line from this. So if I did my x and y intercepts, if x was 0, my y would be what? And if my y was 0, my x would be what? So in this case, when I talk about x, I'm referring to r. Okay, so, or sorry, if I'm talking about x, I'm talking about s, because here's our x line and we're talking about sport utilities. So if our sport utilities is 0, so I put 0 in for my sport utilities, that means my r has to be 70. And same with my r's, if I put 0 in for those, that means my sport utilities have to be 70. So my line is going to look like 0 over and 70 up, and 70 over and 0 up. And since it's greater than or equal to, again, I'm going to draw a straight line connecting those points. You should be using a straight edge. Don't follow my crookedy line. A straight edge is important here because the more accurate your graph is, the more accurate your points will be. Okay, so now we need to look at where our graph is crossing all our lines. And sometimes it's harder to see and sometimes it's easier. Okay, and we need to check where we are shading this last line. So again, remember, what if I tried my test point as 0, 0? So if I put 0 in for my r and I put 0 in for my s, I have 0 is greater than or equal to 70. That is not a true statement. That is false. So we're not going to include this point. We're going to include things away from that point. So if you notice, this becomes our shaded region that we're talking about. And these points enclose our shaded region. Okay, and sometimes these points are easy to see and sometimes they're not. This one is 30 over and 40 up. So we have a point of 30, 40. We also have a point of 60 and 10. And if you're unsure of this point, because this one was a little bit off on mine because my line wasn't straight, you need to remember that in total, R's and S's can have to be greater than or equal to 70. So if you notice, our points right here are totaling up to 70 or more. Okay, so that might help you find your point. And then this point is 60 over and 40 up. So that concludes step number 2. And now we just need to evaluate the objective function. Okay, so evaluating the objective function means you are taking your points, 30 and 40, 60 and 10, and 60 and 40. Remember, in our objective function was the cost was $12 for an SUV and $8 for a race car. This is how we'll find our max and our min values. So what you'll do is we will put these points into the equation and find what the total cost would be. So in this one, it would be 30 for the SUVs. So 30 times 12 plus 8 times 40, and we would get a total of $680. If we were doing $12 for 60 SUVs and $8 for the 10 race cars, then we would end up with a total of $800. And again, $12, we have 60 SUVs plus $8 for the 40 race cars, and that total is $1,040. So the question at the very start of this was, which combination of these two types of vehicles will result in a minimum and a maximum production cost? The minimum production cost is $680 because that's the smallest number. So the answer for the minimum would be 30 SUVs, 40 race cars, totaling $680. Where the max is $1,040. So the maximum would be 60 SUVs and 40 race cars, totaling $1,040.